story begins with a small hunting party venturing deep into the vast, unexplored Canadian wilderness. The group consists of two Scottish hunters, Dr. Cathcart and his nephew Simpson, and two guides, the experienced Hank and a French-Canadian guide named Joseph Défago. The sheer scale of the forest, silent and immense, immediately sets a tone of isolation and unease. The plan is to split up for a better chance at spotting moose. Dr. Cathcart goes with Hank, while Simpson, the younger and more impressionable of the two hunters, goes with Défago to explore a more remote chain of lakes. As Simpson and Défago push deeper into the forest, the atmosphere begins to change. A strange and pervasive sense of melancholy hangs in the air. Défago, a man who knows the wilderness intimately, becomes increasingly agitated. He keeps sniffing the air, claiming to smell a peculiar, sweetish odor he describes as the smell of a burning-up human. He speaks in hushed tones of a legend his people fear above all else, the Wendigo. The Wendigo, he explains, is not a creature of flesh and blood, but a spirit of the lonely places. It is said to be a monstrous being that can move like the wind, snatching hunters from their camps and carrying them miles through the sky, their feet burning from the impossible speed. Victims are driven mad by the sight of what they see from above, and if they ever return, they are never the same. Simpson dismisses it as local superstition, but Défago's terror is genuine and contagious. One night, as a powerful wind howls through the trees, the true horror begins. Inside their tent, Défago becomes frantic. He insists he hears something calling his name from high up in the air, a voice carried on the wind. Oh, my fairy feet! My burning feet of fire, he cries in a mixture of French and English, his face a mask of pure terror. Suddenly, the tent flap is ripped open. Simpson catches a fleeting glimpse of a dark shape before Défago is violently pulled out into the night. Simpson hears his guide's desperate screams, but they fade with unnatural speed, as if he is being carried away into the sky at an impossible velocity. The voice grows fainter and fainter until it vanishes completely into the howling wind. Terrified and alone, Simpson waits until dawn. When he emerges from the tent, he finds two sets of tracks in the snow. One set belongs to Défago. The other is monstrous. The tracks are huge, far apart, and seem to sink only lightly into the snow, as if whatever made them was unnaturally light for its size. He follows the trail and makes a horrifying discovery. Défago's footprints start to grow further and further apart, matching the stride of the monstrous tracks. It's as if he was not running, but being dragged or forced to leap in inhuman strides, barely touching the ground. Eventually, Défago's tracks disappear entirely, leaving only the single set of giant, eerie prints leading off into the endless forest. Simpson, now half mad with fear, stumbles back towards the main camp. When he finally finds Cathcart and Hank, he is barely coherent. They form a search party and eventually find a delirious, frostbitten figure huddled by a fire. It is Défago, but he is utterly broken. He babbles incoherently about running through the treetops, his feet on fire, looking down upon the world from a sickening height. He dies soon after, a hollowed-out shell of the man he once was. The horror of the Wendigo is not in seeing a monster, but in the crushing, psychological dread of the vast, indifferent wilderness and the ancient, malevolent force that inhabits it. The forest itself becomes the enemy, and the true terror is the realization of humanity's utter insignificance in the face of it.